All right, listen up. You're here because you want to know the one thing that will make any woman regret losing you, right? Maybe she left, maybe she's pulling away, or maybe she's treating you like you're just there, and now you're stuck in this loop of wondering, what can I do to make her see my worth? I get it. When someone you care about doesn't respect you or takes you for granted, it hits deep. But here's the truth you probably don't want to hear yet. This isn't about her, it's about you. Because there's one thing that makes anyone, yes, even her, regret losing you, and that's becoming a man she can't replace. Not through manipulation, not by playing games, but by stepping into your full potential and becoming someone so powerful, so undeniable, that losing you feels like a massive mistake. Let's dive into what that looks like. Point 1. Stop chasing. Start valuing yourself. Here's the first thing you need to understand. Chasing someone who doesn't respect you is like pouring water into a broken glass. No matter how much effort you put in, it will never fill up. Instead, you have to flip the dynamic. Stop chasing her and start valuing yourself. I know that sounds easier said than done, but think about this. In The Subtle Art of Not Giving a FCK, by Mark Manson, he writes about how people only value what they have to earn. When you hand over your time, energy, and love to someone who hasn't earned it, you're teaching them to take you for granted. So stop. Stop being so available. Pull back. Focus on yourself. The moment you stop chasing her validation is the moment she starts noticing your absence, and that's when regret starts to creep in. Point 2. Build a life that outshines the past. Let me tell you a story. In Atomic Habits by James Clear, there's a concept about how small, consistent changes can lead to massive transformation. This applies here too. If you want her to regret losing you, it's not about showing her you've changed overnight. It's about creating a life so good, it's impossible to ignore. Think about your physical health, your career, your hobbies, your friendships. Are you thriving in those areas, or are you just coasting? If you're coasting, it's time to level up. When she sees you living a life that's exciting, fulfilling, and full of purpose, it's going to hit her. She'll think, why didn't I see this side of him before? But here's the thing. You're not doing this for her. You're doing this for you, and that's the energy that makes you magnetic. Point 3. The power of letting go. This one's a hard pill to swallow, but it's also the most liberating move you can make. Let her go, not just in your actions, but in your mind and heart. Stop replaying old conversations. Stop trying to control how she feels about you. Trust me, holding on is doing more damage than good. Let me share something from Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. In the book, Frankl writes about how we find meaning, not by clinging to what we've lost, but by focusing on our purpose and moving forward. He survived unimaginable hardships by letting go of what he couldn't control and channeling his energy into what he could, his own growth and future. When you let go of obsessing over her, whether she regrets leaving or not, you create space for real transformation. You stop being weighed down by what-ifs and start focusing on building the life you want. When you truly release that attachment, you change your energy. You become lighter, stronger, and more magnetic. This isn't about giving up or being passive. Letting go is an act of trust in yourself. Trust that you deserve better than being someone's backup plan. Trust that your future holds more than what you lost. Point 4. Become irreplaceable. Now let's talk about stepping into your power, becoming the kind of man no one can replace. And no, this isn't about flashy cars, designer clothes, or a fat bank account. Those things might catch attention, but they don't hold it. What truly makes you irreplaceable is who you are at your core. Here's something to think about. In Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor writes, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." That's the essence of being irreplaceable. It's about living with purpose, integrity, and self-respect. Ask yourself, what kind of man do you want to be? A guy who chases validation, or the guy who stands firm in his values, who knows his worth so deeply he doesn't need anyone else to confirm it? The latter is the man women regret losing, because that kind of energy is rare. Focus on being confident, not cocky. Be kind, not for attention, but because it reflects your character. Be driven, not for anyone else, but because you have goals you care about. When you're the guy who's living his best life, you naturally set yourself apart from the crowd. Here's the secret. A man who's irreplaceable doesn't beg for attention. He doesn't wait for someone to notice him. He commands respect and attention simply by how he carries himself. Women are drawn to that because it's authentic, and authenticity is magnetic. Point 5. Rewrite your story. All right, let's cut through the noise and get to the heart of it. After a breakup, it's easy to get stuck in this loop of what ifs. You start thinking, if only I had said this, or if only she had done that. But let me tell you something. The past is written, and it's not changing. The only thing that matters now is how you write the next chapter. In Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, he talks about taking radical ownership of his life. Goggins grew up facing unimaginable challenges, but instead of staying a victim to his circumstances, he flipped the script. He didn't wait for someone else to change his story. He rewrote it himself. You can do the same. Stop replaying the old narrative of heartbreak and regret. Start creating a new one where you're not just surviving, you're thriving. Picture it. You're the hero of your own story now. What does that look like? Are you the guy chasing someone who doesn't appreciate your worth? Or are you the man who's out there building something incredible? Someone who doesn't need to chase anyone because his life speaks for itself? This is your chance to turn the page. Maybe it starts with finding a new passion, setting a fitness goal, or finally tackling that dream you've been putting off. Every action you take now is a step toward becoming the man you were always meant to be. Remember, the story you tell yourself shapes your future. So ask yourself, what kind of man are you becoming? The one who lets heartbreak define him, or the one who uses it as fuel to create something extraordinary? Write your story like it's worth reading, because it is. So here's the bottom line. The thing that will make any woman regret losing you isn't a trick or a game. It's about living a life so full, so rich, and so unapologetically amazing that losing you feels like losing the jackpot. But here's the catch. You're not doing it for her, you're doing it for you. Because once you start valuing yourself, once you stop chasing and start building, you'll realize something incredible. You don't need her regret. You'll be so focused on your own growth and happiness that by the time she realizes what she lost, you'll have already moved on. So stop waiting and start today. Become the man you've always known you could be. And trust me, the rest will take care of itself.